was shocked when I stumbled upon Connections several months ago to learn that the resource they provide has been available for 14 years. I questioned how they could have been around for so long, and I knew nothing about them. I am so grateful for their support that I want to tell you how Connections, a safe place, has impacted my life. The generation that told me, forget about it and let it go, is fading into history while I work to stop the pain that has been passed down from generations. The abuse destroyed my family of origin, and not knowing how to live with memories destroyed my child's family of origin. I have spent 16 years in cognitive behavioral therapy. 6 years of my adolescence, I was one of those brave souls that went and told at 12, and I was also lucky enough to get him jailed. I spent most of that 6 years in a residential treatment facility, and then the past 10 years, as I have worked to find a way to be the best mother that I can be. Being a single and childless adult for that 5 years in between was much easier to manage. It was my 5 years of reprieve. I have always been an active participant in my treatment and have frequently found strength in supportive groups. So please understand my position when I say that finding Connections was the most impactful and inspiring experience of my life. Of anyone I know, I would have thought of all the mental health consumers that I would have found Connections years ago. I cannot stand by silently while this vital community resource struggles to survive. I stand before you to let you know that I found hope. The community does exist, where you can find people who understand your current struggle and are on the same journey of restoration as you are. Oh, and the relief that comes from seeing an understanding face. To attend a potluck and know that everyone I saw understood without a single detail of our pasts exchanged. I looked around the room and saw that I was no longer standing alone. I had come home to where I could be understood. We don't settle in to exchange horror stories. We don't live in the past. The comfort of common ground among other women brought tears to my eyes, and my heart felt warm and strong again. We talk of current relationships and current emotions. We talk of intimacy and parenthood from the common perspective of a childhood sexual trauma victim. And that is what makes all the difference. The restoration process needs to be widely available to every suffering adult and child. Our society sometimes stops the abuse, and oftentimes it doesn't. But in the end, when the child becomes an adult, the sympathy is gone, the efforts to assist disappear. Professionals go right along the biological trouble path and allow the monster to stand in waiting. Stopping the active abuse does not stop the suffering. I remained damaged and denied the support my heart craved. Being raped last month is a valid cause for community uprising and funding to stop the act. But to be raped and denied the developmental processes of childhood, and then to be the adult who was raped as a minor, left me in a space of damage that my professional treatment team could not help me get out of. It felt to me that the damage of adult rape is addressed. Child rape, as it relates to the surviving adult, is willfully suppressed by the victim. I know, I did it. And it is supported by the community to suppress. If the adult has struggled with depression, anxiety, mood instability, unhealthy relationships, or drug or alcohol abuse, the assumption is that they're an addict, they have a biochemical imbalance, or they just pick crappy boyfriends. They may feel like they're a terrible parent. They may abandon their family. Despite the many current reasons that person is struggling, if child sex abuse is in their history, then that needs to be addressed first. I did all I was told to do. I asked for more help, and I was told it didn't exist. Here, where it was existing. Had I known of Connections 10 years ago, I'm convinced that my experiences as a mother would be vastly different as a result. My child's experience would have been improved. The path that my marriage took would have been completely different. I speak on behalf of the silenced, the broken, and the feared to be too damaged to heal. I speak on behalf of the girlfriends, wives, mothers, daughters, who move through the world with festering wounds from child sexual abuse. I'm here to tell you that being silent doesn't make it go away, and the more we speak that mantra, oh, it was a long time ago, it doesn't affect me now, the deeper the festering wounds become. I speak on behalf of the damaged mothers, like my grandmother, my mother, and myself. If we stay silent, then the family pain will continue to be passed on. Speaking out is, for me, part of cleansing my soul. It is the shower of all showers. It is the exfoliating scrub of all scrubs. It is through saying it out loud that breaks the bond of silence. Zero tolerance to end sex abuse requires the support of all those who are suffering from the effects, regardless of their current age or gender. Thank you. Thank you for existing, and I think whatever that detective was when I called up trying to find out what the original charges were, I thank them for connecting me to Connections. It was random. My perpetrator is not a registered sex offender because he was jailed before that law took place.